Tony Slydini, we haven't talked about him, was a pretty good friend of mine, and he came to Indianapolis to do a lecture. This is kind of funny. Tony lived right off of Times Square in New York, and you know, that's sort of the end of the world if you hang out there very much. You know, rat infested. You know, Letterman likes to talk about the rats in New York. They're that big and so on. That's where several 100,000 of them live right there, and roaches. You know, and so Tony came to do a lecture here, and I put him up in a hotel which overlooked the park where the American Legion is. The park there where the War Memorial is. You know, it's beautiful trees, green grass, and boy, he liked it. You know, he'd get up in the morning and look out there, and it was so clean. You know, so unlike Central Park, well, he wasn't anywhere near Central Park. He was in Times Square, but so unlike Times Square. And he loved it. And I couldn't get him to leave. He was supposed to go back to New York. He kept trying to get me to line up more private lessons with more. And I had, for a while there, I had like maybe 25 guys in town here had all taken private lessons from him of one kind or another. Until their wives were beginning to call me and saying, "Herring, can you get this guy to go back to New York so we can get our husbands back?" When you get right down to it, the great allure of Dai Vernon and Tony Slydini is that almost everything they did was unlike anybody else did it. But I'm very lucky to have been friends with people like Tony and Dai and people like that, because they, as I've often told others, I never argued with them or never took exception to anything they said. Whatever they said, lay it on me.